What's up, family? I hope y'all are doing well. Um, I wanted to come and give you all this message as well as just to have a general conversation, even though this is pre recorded, about just some of the things that are happening in my reality and some of the things that you all may be experiencing in your reality as timelines shift and we merge and join with those beings that we are in alignment with. Now, the thing about, as you probably know right now, the sun is in Scorpio. As of today, I believe the moon is in, what is it, Sagittarius? Don't quote me on that. Is it Sagittarius? No, Aquarius. The moon is in Aquarius today. How can I forget that? And there's just a lot of very, very intense energy. And so, there's so much. And I have to focus and share with you all what it is that I'm receiving to share with you. So, if you are connecting with me, if you have found this channel, right? Welcome. My name is Tisha, and this is the Conscious Creations YouTube channel. And, if you resonate with this, then chances are we are on the same frequency because that's how energy works. And so, Scorpio season is about, in part, it's about merging. It is about things like other people's money comes up. So this is where you talk about things like mortgages and taxes and, transformation and, death, which, that's a whole thing when it comes to mortgages. Don't get me, we can have a whole conversation about that. But that's what Scorpio season is, that is the energy of Scorpio season. It's the merging of timelines and the merging because it just is what it is, right? And so you may find yourself shifting in and out of different timelines, different realities, and feeling distant from those beings that you may have once been frequentially aligned with, because this is the season where, that kind of gets shaked out and it is what it is, right? And so that's one of the things that I'm experiencing in my reality at this point. And so one of the signs that came to me the other day, it was actually the day of the elections in the US, which was November 5th, which was on a Tuesday. And I thought that was interesting because the sun was in Scorpio still, and the moon was in Capricorn at that time, both feminine energy. So the Capricorn energy is a feminine earth sign that is governed by the planet Saturn. And then there is Scorpio, which is governed by Pluto and also some say Mars, which totally makes sense to me because of the heightened energy of Scorpio. So both feminine energies were representing and overwhelming the day on Tuesday, and yet in the US the elections were what we know them to be at this point. And but what happened that evening that I'm sharing with you all is that I was getting something out the car and I was walking back to my house, and as I was walking, getting ready to walk up the stairs to my house, there was a little snake that just was trying to get by, right? And it startled me because, it's dark and I'm seeing a little snake, right? But one of the things that happened at the same time is I was watching a video and they were talking about, I can't even remember what video it was, but they were talking about Kundalini. And that made perfect sense to me at that point, because one of the things that we know about the Kundalini energy is it's been described as intertwining serpents up the spine, right, to meet at the pineal gland, right, and to awaken and enlighten the pineal gland by merging, right, the electrical and the magnetic energy in the body, or the masculine and feminine energy in the body, until you reach full enlightenment, right? And so that made a lot of sense to me because of the energetic power of the day. And so I just want to share this with you all, that no matter what is happening in your physical reality, there is a lot of shift, and we know shift happens, all right? So there are a lot of shifts that are happening right now. And I made a post. Shout out to Professor Melanie, by the way. And she did a talk the other day when she was talking about be anxious for nothing. And that is a lot of the energy that has been coming up and reminding myself to be anxious for nothing, to breathe and know, to be still and know. Because let me tell y'all something. One of the things that has been happening for me is there has been a shift in my finances. And this has been a shift that I've noticed for quite some time, but I know that it's in preparation for what is coming. And let me explain that. So for those of you who don't know, for the last 11 years, my primary source of income has been practicing law. And so, and that's a whole nother thing that, we'll have a whole nother thing about that I address with folks. And we talk about, the as below law and the as above law and the as below law. And so I'll share that information with you all when I launch that, which will be shortly. But anyway, for the purposes of this channel, where I talk to you all about different healing modalities and things that you can do, different products that we offer at Conscious Creations, and things that you can do to help to heal yourself and to bring yourself in alignment when all of these energies are surrounding. That's what this channel has been primarily devoted to. So really talking about the, taking care of the body and the ways to heal the body and the different modalities and things of that sort. So I made a decision, my higher self, my spirit made a decision to shift from practicing law next year and to focus primarily on Conscious Creations, ACE Communications, jurisdiction, all the other things that I have going on that kind of all stem from my soul's mission, which is to bring healing, right? And specifically to bring healing in terms of relationships, right? And so it's amazing to me that all of this is happening and culminating during Scorpio season, because Scorpio deals with the reproductive system, both masculine and feminine, and again merging this energy. And so, like I said, in bringing this healing to the collective consciousness around healthy relationships, healthy families, and things of that sort, it's a big shift. It is a big shift. And let me say this, it's in part because dysfunction is a whole ecosystem in and of itself. And we know that because that's what we've been living in, right? For quite some time. But dysfunction is profitable. Dysfunction is very, very profitable, right? But my goal is to make healing as profitable so that folks like myself and like those of you who are out here doing this healing work and really trying to help the collective heal from all of the nervous system dysregulation and DNA fuckery that's been going on for so long, all of you who are working to heal that, my goal is to make it so and to open doors so that you have the wisdom, you have the legal support, you have what it is that you need to thrive, to do your soul's work in that as well. Because the thing that I see, and not just realizing, but the thing that I know is that every one of us brings to this collective consciousness something very, very unique, right? That only we can bring to the situation. Only you can bring what it is that you bring, because it is your unique experiences that have shaped you to become who you are, right? And so because of that, you are needed. You are necessary. And I know that a lot of, spiritual beings, a lot of, healers and practitioners and witches and, all of these folks are out here, doing this work to help to raise the vibration of the earth and to, just again, to bring this level of expansion and awareness. There's been a lot that has been shaken up while the towers fall. But what we are doing is we are taking the bricks from those towers to rebuild, and to rebuild on a foundation of love, right? Of family, of trust, of value, true value. Because remember, the opposite, or the sister sign, shout out to Solara. I love you, girl. Solara Speaks and Solara Rises. Make sure y'all follow her on YouTube. She's really, really dope. But you want to remember that the sister sign of Scorpio is Taurus. And we have a Taurus full moon that's coming up. I believe it's on the 12th, if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that. But in any event, Taurus deals with values, right? And the first podcast episode that I'm going to post over the next couple of days, and like I said, I'll let you guys know when it's up. But I'm working on a podcast where I talk about jurisdiction. That's the name of the podcast. It's called Jurisdiction. And so we go into things like this. We're talking about the as above law and the as below law. And the reason I'm bringing that up right now is because of the position in which we find ourselves right now. Meaning, we're coming up on this full moon in Taurus. We're talking about what it is that you actually value. What are your values? Because it's the values that attract or repel people from you, right? We see that when we're talking about, electing and selecting people and putting people in certain positions, right? It's about their vibe. It's about whether or not we align in terms of our value system, right? And and that is what helps to formulate a culture and a community and a family, right? And to build a tribe by cultivating these values and living out, if you may, living out these values, reducing these values to writing by way of, paper, whatever the case may be, reducing these values to writing and calling that your governing document. Now, whether that be called a constitution, whether that be called the Bible, whether that be called a diary, whatever you call it, or affirmations, whatever it may be, it is the values that you have elected and selected for yourself and for your tribe or your group that you've all collectively agreed to represent and to live by, right? And so that's what I'm getting from all of this energy. And this is what I'm saying, as you will find things changing, right? Because you will find, the more you speak your truth, right, you will find those beings who you naturally gravitate to, who are naturally on your vibration and energetic frequency, that can, that you're meant to build with, that you're meant to build a family with, that you're meant to build businesses or whatever that may look like, that you are actually able to walk into this new age with these beings, knowing that you're not going to disrupt each other's immune systems, right, and nervous systems, because you are in alignment, right? So I wanted this to be relatively short, but I also wanted to just make sure that I bring you all this information, because y'all, it's been it has been something, you hear me? And what I can say to you all is this: one of the things that helps me to process the energies and to process the things that I go through and my reality is truly, and it is what it is, right? Is conscious creations. And the reason I say that is this. One of the things that has happened, y'all, is we all know that when you put things, or maybe you don't, but when you put things on your skin, it then gets on your skin. Is the largest organ. The largest organ of your body then absorbs whatever that is through your bloodstream, and then that impacts and affects your hormones. Your hormones affect everything in your body, right? From your brain functioning to cellular reproduction to actual reproduction, right? To your creativity, it affects everything. And so actually using clean products on my skin, because I've been doing this, I started Conscious Creations in 2020, right? In September of late September, late August, early September of 2020. And at that time, I started because my ancestors and my spirit guides came to me and told me to start gardening and start planting my own food. And I didn't necessarily know, actually, no, that was 2019. And then 2020 happened. And then I started Conscious Creation. So let me correct the record on that. But so in 2019, I didn't know what it is that I know now that then happened in 2020, right? And so what I'm saying to you all is this. I know that there was a reason for such a time as this, that I started a company called Conscious Creations with the intent that the ingredients and the products that I introduce into the marketplace, that they actually promote your wellness and your well-being, because that is my intention. That is the intention that I put out into the world, right? And so when I tell you all that I'm here in part on a journey to bring and to exist in a situation and to live out this harmony, right? This true Libra harmony, right? With all that there is. And that includes a divine masculine counterpart, right? That includes family. That includes all the beautiful things that I've envisioned, right? That I envision my life to be. And for you all who are watching, you have the opportunity to create your own reality. But it is also just important to do what helps you to bring yourself into balance when the energies are tumultuous and all of those things. But it does start with the way that you take care of you, right? And so that is, everything from what we eat, what we drink, the fabrics that we put on. It's everything. It's everything, y'all. It's everything. And I'm very, very grateful to all 69, as of today, 69 subscribers, and everybody who is going to, join our little community over here at Conscious Creations. All of you who've been rocking with me since 2020, since day one, and even before that, because Conscious Creations isn't just, it's more than a brand of body products and, those things, right? It's everything. It is what it is, right? It is Conscious Creations, right? It is a lifestyle, and it is a lifestyle that is being branded. That is what it is, right? And so I'm grateful to you all who have chosen to consciously create your realities, right? And to allow us to create and to co-create together for the highest good of ourselves and for the collective consciousness, divinely. And so I just want to say thank you all for all of y'all who have been on this journey, who continue on this journey. And I send you love, wellness, and conscious creations. So until next time, love yourself well. You deserve it.